Shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh Bashimi Yahushua, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and salutations to you brothers across the four corners of the earth. Today's lesson is going to be about all of our children will be microchipped in the future. Testing is being done right now. I'm gonna start off with the topic of this article. A shocking NBC News report says that someday we will be microchipping all of our children. Um, in the video, the reporter says that our children could be implanted with microchips the size of a grain of rice, and that there would be little to no health risk involved. And near the end of the report, she insists that we could see those microchips in everyone eventually. I'm gonna skip on down. Of course, if widespread microchip of the population does start happening, at first it will likely be purely voluntary, and it will. A lot of people taking the chip voluntarily. They're just getting it for convenient matters. But once enough of the population starts adopting the idea, it will be really easy for the government to make it mandatory. And he is going to make it mandatory because a lot of people are getting it. Just imagine a world where physical cash was a thing of the past and you could not buy, sell, get a job, or open a bank account without your government issued microchip identification. And I'm going to get into the scripture because it is going to be a world like that. Not what if. Cash is a thing of the past. They're making cash a thing of the past. This is Revelation chapter 13, verse 17. And that no man might buy or sell save he that hath the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Now that's talking about the 666 RFID chip. That's the number because it explains in verse 18. But the image of the beast is that RFID chip. Because who promoted it? Esau, the so-called white man. I'm going to read on. Will you allow yourselves and your family to be chipped when that day arrives? If not, how will you eat? See, how will you eat? That's the first thing a person will say. How will you eat? How will you survive? They let men know. And that's to Yahweh Shah. What will you do when your children come crying to you for food? Hey, you got to forget about your children, man. If you're a man of the Lord said, whosoever loveth his daughter, son, wife, father, mother more than me, he cannot be my disciple. Says, I am certainly not saying that you should allow yourselves to be chipped. I know that nobody is ever chipping me. But what I am saying is that people are going to be faced with some absolutely heartbreaking choices. Just recently, I wrote about a new form of digital currency that is intended to replace the physical dollars that we use now and also replace alternative currencies such as Bitcoin. It was unveiled in front of about 100 top Wall Street executives recently during a secret meeting in New York City to give you an idea of just how rapidly the concept of a cashless society is advancing. I want to share with you a brief excerpt from an article that I recently wrote about this new technology. It starts off, last month, a secret meeting that involved more than 100 executives from some of the biggest financial institutions in the United States was held in New York City. During this secret meeting, a company known as Chain unveiled a technology that transformed U.S. dollars into pure digital assets. That's what the meeting is about, the RFID chip. Reportedly, there were representatives from NASDAQ, Citigroup, Visa, Fidelity, Fiserv, and Pfizer in the room. And Chain also claims to be partnering with Capital One. See, these are all bankers, and Pfizer is one of a pharmaceutical company, big pharmaceutical company. This revolution, hold on. Chain also claims to be partnering with Capital One, State Street, and First Data. This revolutionary technology is intended to completely change the way that we use money. And it would represent a major step toward a cashless society. So they're getting ready, man. It says, read on down. Right now, more than 400 billion cashless transactions are conducted around the world each year. And that number is growing very quickly. And when our system becomes entirely cashless, there will be no more stuffing your mattress with cash, and we will be forced to deal with the banks. When that day arrives, all of a sudden the government will be able to serve as the gatekeeper for who is allowed to access the system and who is not, because they're going to have control of your chip, how you move in the society. With cash, you can move anywhere. You can go anywhere. You can, do anything. But the RFID chip, they got GPS. They got satellites on where you are. They can read your thoughts. So they're gonna have everything. They're trying to be like the Most High. That's why the Lord said, "You take that image," because the Lord is the ultimate creator. He's the creator, and His Son Yahweh Shai is the Savior. He's the Most High, not the so-called white man. So if you take that mark, you take that image, then talking to 12 tribes of Israel, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. Excuse my French, but fuck all you so-called white people, which are the Edomites and Moabites, Chinese, Ammon, Japanese, all of you heathen nations. Starting with the top, Esau, so-called white man, the rest of you heathen nations. This is not pertaining to you. It's pertaining to the 12 tribes of Israel, which in Zechariah chapter 13, verse 8, the Lord said 2/3 of His people is going to be cut off. So this is a warning to you jakes out there. But only the elect is going to be saved because the Lord wanted that way. When our system becomes entirely cashless, there will be no more stuffing your mattress with cash, and we will all be forced to deal with the banks. I'll read on down. It will be very easy to impose a tax, require some sort of loyalty oath, or mandate some form of microchip identification as a condition for participating in the cashless system. Because they already letting people out of jail, getting short sentences, like the brother Sharamoth had brought out, with the women getting, I think I mentioned this before, but they're getting lesser time put on their sentence if they take a chip, an implantable device. So it's going to happen more on a higher scale when this chip is mandated. That's the end of this article, and I'm going to get into this last verse, which is Revelation chapter 20, verse 4. And I saw thrones, and they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded, which is the elect, for the witness of Yahweh Shai, and for the word of Yahweh. See, being a witness of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai is not taking this chip, going out to the highways and the byways, having a holy conversation uh, in the brother's sight or without the brothers, without being in the brother's sight, always having the Lord in your mind, denying this system, man, denying the RFID chip when it's mandatory. Um, and that's it, making videos, pushing out the word, um, in which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither had received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands. And they lived and reigned with Yahushua 1,000 years. So with that, I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh, Bashim Yahushua, the wonders to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and salutations to you brothers that are teaching the truth and sincerity across the four corners of the earth. Shalom.